Hi there, Claire Cantro here with Spread the Well, reporting from a temporary home office. Not going to give you any hints as to where I am. On this second video of the No More November series, I wanted to talk about nervous system regulation. So any person who is trying to achieve any sort of profound, productive, really positive change in their life needs to understand what a regulated nervous system is, because that is the foundation of our ability to make really positive changes. Okay, so whether we're someone who wants to break a bad habit or create a new, better habit, whether we're someone who wants to heal from either an injury or some illness, whether we're someone who has, chronic pain that truly believes that if they can truly understand their pain experience and their nervous system and how it plays into what we feel on a given day or at a given moment, that we can improve our pain experience and we can improve our quality of life. So there are several keys that are important in having a regulated nervous system. The number one most important one is safety. So our body, our nervous system desires to feel safe. It's part of our most basic evolution of our nervous system is that reptilian brain that's trying to perceive potential threats in our environment and let us, fight or flight and protect ourselves and run for our lives and fight for our lives. And of course, our stressors are a little bit different these days. They are less saber-toothed tiger and they're more, email that we have to just write. But that is to say that our nervous system response is the same, okay? And it is there to protect us. So we have to start creating an environment around ourselves that supports safety, okay? So I give the example a lot when I'm giving presentations about, one thing that I figured out in my life is that I never liked horror movies or scary books and stuff like that. So I never was interested in those, but TV shows or movies or books that were very suspenseful or had a little bit of a mystery fear component or anything that ramped up my nervous system added to a stress response in a body, mine, which was already ripe for reactivity and already prone to getting dysregulated easily. And so I just stopped. I stopped watching Homeland, specifically. I stopped reading those sorts of books. I stopped watching those sort of movies. I'm sticking to comedies. I'm sticking to romance. And that is one easy thing that I changed in my life to create an environment to lessen one thing that would support nervous system regulation for me, okay? And I give that example because the advice that I'm going to give at the end of this video will be a little bit controversial, but hopefully some of you will actually listen and go with it. The three other things that are support a regulated nervous system is connection. So not just connection with other humans and with our spouse and our children and our coworkers and family and friends, but also with a work role or an identity or a set of beliefs and values or anything like that. So, or nature. So just any way that we can feel like a human that is energetically connected to other humans, okay? And that's also important with the advice that I'm going to give, because what are we attracting with our energy, right? A dysregulated nervous system is based in fear and is reactive and aggressive, and we're attracting other people who are in that same place, right? So we're fueling the fire of a dysregulated, fearful, reactive nervous system. Another thing that a regulated nervous system desires is activity, so motivation. So when we are, I always say as a physical therapist, our bodies were designed to move. That doesn't mean we need to go and commit to a gym membership or a spin class or whatever it is. It just means that we are getting up, we're walking around, we're moving our body, we are staying active. We are letting our physical body feel what it feels like to have activity. One specific thing that I love to recommend to patients is anything that creates sort of a rebounding of our tissue, so like a vibration to our tissue, the percussion guns, Theraguns, the little mini tramp rebounders, the wave board that has like a vibrational component. So that's a great way to just activate and give some, and what that also does is it flushes out some negative energy, okay? And the last thing is rest, okay? For us to truly achieve rest, and not just sleep, but true like introspection and getting quiet and getting still, is we have to feel safe, okay? So all of these four facets play off of each other. What my recommendation is today, and it's such a simple way that we can create some energetic safety for ourselves and diminish how reactive we are, or how much we're seeking out division and fight, and it is just to turn the news off. Just turn it off. Likely most of you have early voted, or arguably know exactly who you're voting for and all of that stuff. So all of the things that you're seeing on the news, and we're calling it news, but it is entertainment, and there are biases in every direction. And generally, we gravitate towards those news stations that honor our own biases, right? So then we're, again, attracting a certain narrative, and we're being fueled by it, and it's not ever good narrative. It's fear-based, and it's reactive, and all of that stuff. So nothing is going to change between now and Election Day, but arguably long after that as they continue to count votes. And the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your children and for the people that you're around is to turn the news off and to stop chasing down narratives that are fueling your anger and your division, and recognize that the people on the other side are also humans with their own belief systems, and they believe certain things, not because they're stupid, not because they're assholes, not because they, for whatever reason, but because of their own experience in their life and their ability in a country that's free to choose who they want to support. The other thing that I will say, though, that is, and this is not coming from my son, who does not pick up on these sort of things and does not engage in these sort of conversations, but other children in his grade that we've heard from, that he's in second grade, and these children, these boys specifically, are talking about politics, and they are so adamant about who they're voting for, and it is just silly. And some of the discussions get ugly, and it's sad, because what they're just saying what they're hearing. They have no idea what politics is. They're not, they're saying what they're hearing. And so starting to recognize, not only that do we have the news constantly on that our children can see, or are we talking constantly in a way that is so divisive, and we're taking another set of humans and dehumanizing them and all of that stuff. So just turn the news off. That's your second No More November take-home message. Later, Gators.